Good morning and welcome to a winter's day here in London. Today's adventure starts at Marble Arch. This is on the corner of Oxford Street and just behind me is Hyde Park. Marble Arch was built to be one of the ceremonial entrances to Buckingham Palace. What if I told you Buckingham Palace is a few miles over there? But Marble Arch was never used for what it was built for because Queen Victoria said that it's too narrow to fit her royal coaches through. So in 1851, they moved Marble Arch over here and it was never ever used as an entrance to Buckingham Palace. Now it's just a tourist attraction. Over there is Oxford Street, the most famous shopping street in the whole of London. We can take a closer look here. It is beautiful, shining in the morning sunshine. Looks can be deceiving because it might look like a beautiful sunny day, but it is cold today. I think it's colder than it was yesterday. We had a great day yesterday, seeing some hidden gems around London, seeing some famous landmarks. So hit subscribe if you want to see more of London with me, because today we have a very, very fun schedule planned. We're going to see some of the most famous landmarks in the entire world, and we're going to see some things that I've never ever seen before. So hit subscribe and let the adventures begin. Oxford Street already have their Christmas lights up. It is not even December yet. You guys know what I think about that. It is way too early. December the 1st is when you can put your Christmas lights up. But we are entering Hyde Park right now. And some people say it's London's version of Central Park, but there's really no comparison. There is nothing exciting about Hyde Park. I think Central Park is a lot more vast, it's a lot more diverse, it's a lot more exciting, but Hyde Park is just a big park. They have some concerts here and they just opened the Winter Wonderland. They have ice skating, they have a Christmas market. We're not going to go in, we're just going to pass by because it's pretty overrated, but welcome to Hyde Park. I entered Hyde Park on the northeast corner, and that is Speaker's Corner. If you want to debate someone about literally anything, then go to Speaker's Corner and someone will be there to debate you. But like I said, there is nothing special about Hyde Park. It's very, very flat. It is not as hilly as Central Park. There's not much to see here. So I guess you could say it's London's most famous park, but definitely does not compare to Central Park. It's pretty nice out, to be honest. It is chilly, but there is the Hyde Park Winter Wonderland. I would love to know, has anybody ever been to a Christmas market anywhere in the world and it's been affordable? I feel like every single Christmas market is just so overpriced, it's so expensive, but I haven't been to many that live up to the hype. Never actually been into Winter Wonderland because it's so expensive and I don't think it's worth it, but go there if you want to. One of the things I like about Central Park in New York is once you're inside the park, it feels like you've left the city. You can still see the skyline, you can see the tall buildings, but it doesn't feel like you're in the city anymore. And Hyde Park doesn't really have a skyline around it. Like, you can't really see any tall buildings from anywhere in the park. It's very quiet. It's really peaceful. And if you want to see some famous people walking their dogs, come to Hyde Park. There's a lot of grassy areas. There's like a forest area, but there's nothing really that exciting about it. It's very, very flat. It's just Hyde Park. If you're wondering about the dates for the Winter Wonderland, it is November 14th until January the 1st. Can walk on the grass a little bit. It's so nice. Got some new shoes. I've got some On Cloud shoes. Let me know if you have On Cloud shoes. They are the most comfortable shoes I've ever had in my life. I love them. They're such a game changer. There's a squirrel. We're gonna see the lake over here. They have like pedal boats and they have some huge swans. Did you know that swans are protected by the king? Did you know that? You can't harm a swan, you get in big trouble. I think if I lived near Hyde Park, I'd run here in the morning. It's so nice. It's pretty big, nowhere near as big as Central Park. Don't want to disturb these guys. They're resting. That guy's shouting. He's the troublemaker. See a little bit of frost on the ground. We don't really get snow in London that often. It has to be pretty cold for us to get snow. Definitely a lot more snow in New York than London. It's about 35 degrees right now and it is chilly Look at these guys. Looks like a field trip. Follow the leader. It's a long time since I've been in Hyde Park. I remember coming here in the summer and there was just a million people sitting on the grass and playing ball and kids running around. It was so nice, but there's a few people out this morning. Definitely a touristy place. A lot of people like to come to Hyde Park, but it's definitely, like I said, not as exciting as Central Park. Yeah, I definitely don't do that. Almost at the lake. Can you guess what this sandy pit is for? Do you think it's for kids to play? No, this is for horses. Horses walk on the sandy bit. The lake is glowing this morning. Gotta be careful, kids fall in here all the time trying to feed the ducks.
But they're chasing that and that's the whale.
You definitely don't want to go in there. You see what I mean about the skyline? There's not really tall buildings surrounding Hyde Park like Central Park, but it's really peaceful, really nice. We're gonna head to the south side of the park. Here's another lane for horses. It's more comfortable for the horses to trot on the sand rather than the pavement, so that's what that's for. Over here we can see a trough for the horses to drink from. I could honestly spend every single day for a whole year filming in London and you still won't get everything. There is so much to see, there's so much history. It's my favorite city in the whole world. It's the greatest city in the world. No other city in the world comes close to it in terms of history. Every single street, every single alleyway, every single building has a story, has history, and we're not talking about 100 years of history. We're talking about 500, 1,000 years, over 1,000 years of history. It's incredible. So I could film so many videos and I still won't hit it all. It's amazing. Exiting Hyde Park now on the south side. Get ready for the craziness. So this area of London is called Knightsbridge, one of the most expensive. That is the Union Jack flag. That is not the flag of England. That is the flag of the United Kingdom. Many people don't know that there are 4 countries in the United Kingdom. So I'm from England, but I'm also from Great Britain. I'm also from the United Kingdom. Yeah, it's confusing, huh? There is Knightsbridge tube station. Many rich and famous people like to live in this area. Got to cross the street for this one. Show you one of the most impressive buildings in London. This is Harrods, one of the upper class shopping centers. Check out the building, it's massive. The upper class people in London have been shopping here for over 100 years. You can get anything, all the luxury brands are in there, and the building is just so impressive. So Harrods started as a small department store, and in 1849 it just blew up. It got a lot more popular, so that's when they moved to this location here, but the building is just so impressive. It goes like the whole block. I'm not gonna go inside Harrods today. You can see some of the apartments right next door. You're gonna pay like £1 million or $1 million just for a 1-bedroom apartment, a 1-bedroom flat. You can just see this scale, how big Harrods is. It's massive. Definitely very nice buildings, but a perfect example of you are paying for the location. We show you the street signs here. So of course we're in London, but the borough is Kensington and Chelsea. This is the street name, Herbert Crescent, and SW1, this is the postal code or zip code. So we're in southwest London right now. Let me know if you've got your Christmas tree up in your home yet. December the 1st is when you should put it up. Here's a perfect example of new buildings and old buildings right next to each other, because that one looks a lot older than that one. Doesn't it look so boring and so bland? I don't know why they don't build interesting buildings anymore. It's so sad. You definitely see it when they're right next to each other, but yeah, everything built today is just built so fast. Feels like they don't take pride in it anymore. Just not interesting at all. Look how cool that looks. Our next destination is Belgrave Square. This is a 19th century square. All of these houses were built between the 1820s and 1840s. And London has this thing where there's so many squares that have a park in the middle, and the only people that can access those parks are the people that live on the square. There's the park right there. That's Belgrave Park. I'm not allowed in there. I don't have the key, but everyone that lives around here, they have the key. So it's a private park. Some people that have lived on Belgrave Square, some dukes, some earls, people with nobility, and there's a lot of foreign embassies here as well. I don't even know if you can buy these houses, but they are very, very, very expensive. I couldn't even guess how expensive they are, but there's so many of these squares that they're very exclusive, but they're nice houses. They're very, very big. I crossed the street here to get you a better view of these houses, and I feel like you're gonna have to let me know on this one, but I feel like this is what people think a typical London house is. Because when you watch movies and you see it in books and stuff, I feel like they show houses like this, and let me tell you, this is not the typical house that Londoners live in. No way. Definitely upper class people. I've noticed that every single house has stairs to go down to the basement. I assume they used to be for the servants to enter the house rather than going through the front door. Today they're just used for deliveries. And if you're wondering why every single house is white, I didn't know this, but I just looked it up. And it said the houses were painted white because they used cheaper bricks and it looked more expensive. So there you go. I just want to take some time to stop because it is so silent here. There's nobody here. It's so quiet. In literally 5 minutes, I'm going to be surrounded by thousands of people because the grandest house of all is not too far away. It's just over there, but there's no one here. Just before we go there, I can show you some views. So this is the back of houses, and there used to be horse stables, but now they've been converted into houses. You can see that they're houses now, but this is the back of those houses on that side of the building. Used to be horse stables. Ooh, I like these ones. I like the entrances. Currently walking down Constitution Hill. Something very exciting. At the end on the left is Green Park. It is a very, very nice winter's day. All the leaves are fallen. Got a police car coming down. Here we go. Are you ready for it? Welcome to Buckingham Palace. This is the royal residence for the British royal family. 755 rooms. It is a massive building. It is huge. We can see some King's Guards. He's about to walk. There's another one there. Very, very impressive building. 755 rooms. And I'm going to zoom in right now. You can see that the Union Jack flag is flying at the top of Buckingham Palace. That means that the king is here right now. He's in there. Don't know what he's doing. Is he having his lunch? Is he watching TV? Who knows, but he's in there somewhere. I can show you those big gates. Usually they don't drive out these gates. They use that one over there. But check that out. That is very, very, very impressive. And then this is what it looks like in the front. There's a big roundabout here. A lot of tourists here, a lot of people taking their pictures. I remember when I was in, I think it was Denmark, I think it was Copenhagen, Denmark, but you can literally go up and touch the royal residence. I can get really, really close to it, but of course you can't get any closer than this to Buckingham Palace. I can see some lights on up there on the chandeliers. I would love to go inside there. They do have, in summertime, they have something called, I think it's called summer rooms, where you can sign up to go for a tour. Only like certain rooms, of course, not the whole place, but yeah, you can sign up to go inside. I'd love to do it. Of course, you're not allowed to film anything inside, so maybe one day, hopefully. Very, very impressive building. Wow, the history that's happened here is just incredible. Whenever I am traveling, safety is my number one priority. Even here at Buckingham Palace, I'm wary of pickpockets. Right now, I'm wearing the tomtoc travel crossbody bag. This is where I keep all of my possessions, so I know they're gonna be safe. I have my phone in here, I have my wallet, all of my money. They've been kind enough to send me some travel products so I can share with you today. The tomtoc travel crossbody bag has plenty of pockets to keep your stuff organized but safe. The travel laptop backpack has a capacity of 40 liters. There's a special section for your laptop. There's plenty of space if you ever take a trip. The travel tote bag is very stylish. It has space for your laptop as well, and you can carry things for your everyday life. The electronic accessory pouch is where I keep all of my chargers and my camera gear. In the description box below this video, there is a link to all 4 of these tomtoc products, and you can get exactly the same ones that I have. They're top quality and they are essentials for when I am traveling. Check out that lion. It is huge. This is the Queen Victoria Memorial. We can go up there. There it is. That is what the king sees when he looks out of the window. Highly, highly, highly recommend don't do what these guys are doing, because it is extremely unsafe. We can get a view from the other side. That lion again. I'm very, very lucky that I've been here so many times. I remember coming here when I was a school kid, coming here for a field trip, for a school trip, and some of these people, this is the only day in their whole life that they're going to see Buckingham Palace, so I'm very, very lucky. But we're going to go somewhere very special that I've not been since April. This is the first time I've been in this area of London since April, and I came here for a very special reason. I think a lot of you know why, and we're going to go there right now. Very, very nice view of Buckingham Palace there. So on the left side of Buckingham Palace is Green Park, and on this side is St James's Park. And if you're wondering if I'm in line for the throne, yes, 945th in line for the throne. If you believe that, you believe anything. But a quick word on the changing of the guards. Here's the information. So if you would like to see it, Monday, Wednesday and Friday at 11, and then on Sunday at 10. So make sure you come here during those times if you want to see that. In April 2025, I completed the London Marathon. 4 hours, 8 minutes and 10 seconds. And every single time I come to London for the rest of my life, I'm going to see it a little bit differently. Yesterday, I crossed Tower Bridge, and I will always remember for the rest of my life running across Tower Bridge during the London Marathon. And coming to Buckingham Palace, this is the first time I've been here since I completed the marathon in April. And this is where the finish line was. This street is called the Mall, and it links Buckingham Palace to Trafalgar Square, which we are heading to right now. It's about 1 mile, and just a little bit up the Mall. I'm going to try and predict where the finish line was. I think it was about here is where I finished the London Marathon. One of the biggest achievements of my whole life. Something I'll never, ever, ever forget. You turn that corner there, you run past Buckingham Palace, and right here, I would say about here, is where the finish line was. That is a day I'll never forget. And when I'm 90 years old, I'm still going to have that medal. I can show my grandkids. I completed the London Marathon 2025. What a day. St James's Park there on the right. It's another very, very nice park. It's another royal park, just like Hyde Park, just like Green Park, and they are extremely looked after very, very well. Don't hurt the swans, you'll get in big trouble. I'm going to cross the street here because there's something very interesting to show you across here. Buckingham Palace that way, and about 1 mile down the Mall is Trafalgar Square. We're going to go there in a second, but I need to show you the street lamps over here. These are powered by gas. They are not electric, and if you're lucky, you might see the gas technicians come and change the gas. They need to come here every 14 days to check that the gas is topped up, but they're on a timer, so every single night they're going to turn on, and they're powered by gas. It's very, very cool. It's a piece of history, Definitely look out for the gas technicians if you ever come here, because they're very friendly and they like to show it off, because it's a secret that not many people know. There's about 1,000 gas lamps like this still in London, and they have gas technicians that go around and take care of them. They go all down the Mall. You're going to see them all the way up, and every single one is powered by gas. As we walk down the Mall, we can see some more of those gas street lamps. This was the first street in the entire world to get street lamps powered by gas. 1807. First one in the whole world, and they're still here. London is just great because I love history and I love going to places where historic things happen there, but it's so different seeing historic stuff. Like, that is literally from 1807. It's just incredible, and it's still here, you know? So it's great hearing stories, this happened, this person was here, but coming and actually seeing real historic and old stuff, you just can't beat it. It's no other city comes close to London when it comes to history. It's amazing. So in April, I would have got my medal there. I would have been tired, but then I would have walked down the Mall this way and met my family in Trafalgar Square. It's just a day I'm never ever gonna forget. I did apply to run the London Marathon 2026, got rejected, but it's okay. If I never do it again in my whole life, 2025 was the year that I completed the London Marathon. I still can't believe that I did it, and there's a video of it. I'll put it in the link in the description if you didn't watch it, but I filmed pretty much the whole race, and it was a big day in my life, and it's something I'm never ever gonna forget. We're gonna take a quick detour. Trafalgar Square is straight ahead, but we're going to go left right here because there's something extremely interesting up here that people miss every single day. This is the next location. It is one of the most exclusive clubs in the entire city, but there is something here related to the Duke of Wellington. People walk by it every single day and they never notice it, but I think it's extremely interesting. I'm going to turn the camera around here. You're looking at it right now, but I bet you haven't seen it. It is right there. Those steps right there are related to the Duke of Wellington. Let me get a closer look and I can show you. There is a police car blocking our path here, but this is a building I would love to go inside. It's an exclusive club, rich and powerful people only. But you can see here, it says, this horse block was erected by desire of the Duke of Wellington, 1830. That means that the Duke of Wellington stood right where I'm standing right now. Do you know what these blocks were used for? They were used to get on a horse. He was a little guy, he was a short guy, and when he got older, he needed help to get onto his horse. So they built these steps just for him. The Duke of Wellington was standing right here. I think that is just incredible. There's people walking by here, they don't know, they never noticed these steps, maybe they don't care, but I think that's fascinating. He would have stood right here and it would have helped him get onto his horse right there. Pretty cool, huh? Next time you come here. This is Waterloo Place. This street is Waterloo Place. It's in the description, but if you ever come here, you're gonna notice these steps. Very cool. You get a closer look. I guess if you were just walking by, it's just some boring blocks, right? They don't really mean anything, but I think it's cool that they keep this stuff around. Now you know. You're welcome. If you don't know who the Duke of Wellington was, he was the British Prime Minister back in the 1820s, and he was also a general in the British Army. He's pretty famous. There are so many police cars here. Seems like something must be going on. I have no idea, but we're gonna head to Trafalgar Square. I just asked that police officer right there, why is there so many police in this area? And he said, tractors. I said, what? He said, there's a tractor protest. So that's why the police are hanging around. I have no idea what's going on. But there's the tractors. Never seen a tractor protest before. I was like, what do they want? Like, what's the reason? He was like, I don't know. I'm just stationed here. So that's why there's police. They're huge. Look at that. Look how big that wheel is. Damn, Daniel. Oh my gosh, there's even more. Look at all these tractors. This is in central London, by the way. Central London. This is crazy. Look at him. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. Look at that. That is taller than me. That is a very, very big wheel. I did ask them what the protest is for. I'm not going to talk about it because we don't talk about politics here, but very interesting to see them. Wow. They're just sitting in their tractors, like the farmer's sitting right there. It's another big one. Look at that. That is taller than me. Damn, Daniel. Go into the road here, see some more tractors. Look at all the coppers standing around. There's so many of them. This is so cool. This is incredible. People seem pretty mad because the traffic is messed up the traffic completely, but you know, you got to protest. People have things to say and you got to respect it. They go all the way down there. Oh my gosh, look at that. This is so cool. Getting out of the way, getting out of the way. All right, we have stumbled upon a Christmas market. I'm going to put it on the screen right now where I am. This is Trafalgar Square. It's not Trafalgar, no Trafalgar, it is Trafalgar Square. This is another place that I definitely remember coming for a school trip when I was a kid. And I'm very surprised that they don't have the Christmas tree up yet. They usually have a huge Christmas tree right there that next to Nelson's column. That's Nelson up there. And there is no Christmas tree yet. It's usually a gift from Norway or Sweden, I forget, but it's huge. And they have like a big ceremony when they turn the lights on, but it's not there yet. A lot of people. And then just over there, behind the Christmas market, is the National Gallery. It is completely free to go inside. Definitely check it out. Let's check out the Christmas market a little bit. Ooh, chocolate fountain. Never once been to a Christmas market that wasn't a complete rip-off. £11 for a sausage. It's like $15 for one sausage. It's outrageous, but come and get your souvenirs. Oh, it smells nice. It's a candle store. They do have some cool stuff. It's just a shame that it's so expensive. I swear like homemade stuff used to be cheap because it's homemade, but not anymore. They got cheese, jewelry. They got hats and winter stuff. They got pancakes, crepes. And there is the gallery, National Gallery. I don't know if you can hear the beeping on the camera, but the tractors over there have been beeping for like 10 minutes straight. It's so loud, but you know, you got to protest. Let's take a look at these fountains here. There's a Nelson's column again. The tractor's up there. And then here is where that big Christmas tree will be. Right there. And then that is the National Gallery. We gotta get out of Trafalgar Square. Those tractors are loud. There is Trafalgar Square in the distance. We're going to walk down a street called Whitehall. I'm going to show you where you can see the King's Guard on horses. These are some very cool buildings here. Love the architecture. Very nice. And I love seeing the Union Jack everywhere. I think it should be posted everywhere. Everywhere in the UK, of course. Okay, before I show you where you can see the King's Guard on horses, you need to remember, these are not tourist attractions. They don't mind if you take pictures, but they are working guards. They are real guards for the King of England. So you have to respect them, and there are rules here. We might just have got here at the perfect time. It is 3 p.m. and it looks like they're changing shifts. I think we're getting some new guards here. Definitely come here, take your pictures. One of the biggest rules is stay outside the white box. There's white lines on the ground. Don't go inside there because you will get yelled at. We are going to keep walking down Whitehall. Let's see what we find down here. By the way, there is absolutely no shortage of souvenir stores. They all sell the same crap, so the first one you see, just buy something if you want to. No store is going to sell something different. Oh, by the way, I did ask a police officer there, and the guards are there from 10 a.m. until 4 p.m. So make sure you go there during those times to take your pictures. We've got some more of the farmers protesting because this is Downing Street, and this is the working office of Prime Minister. He works at 10 Downing Street. So they've come here to protest now. Check out these buildings across the street. The thing that fascinates me is I have no idea what goes on inside them today. I'm sure they were very important buildings back in the day when they were built, but they are so interesting. Get ready for this. Look at that. Big Ben is shining. Alright, just be aware there's a billion people here, so I'm going to try and get some good spots, but it is gleaming, it is looking good in the sun. It was under construction for so long. I don't know how long, something like 2 years or something, but it looks beautiful now. Again, this is something I will never ever forget. Running down here during the London Marathon, running past Big Ben, Houses of Parliament. Incredible experience. Closest tube station is Westminster Station. This is definitely a place that you need to be careful of pickpockets, horrible people. So the London Marathon run right down here, past Big Ben, Houses of Parliament, and then that way towards Buckingham Palace. The experience I'm never ever going to forget. Let's cross the street. We can see the London Eye over there across the Thames, and we're about to cross Westminster Bridge. Another souvenir store, same old rubbish. There's another one there, same stuff. Ooh. There's two tips I'm going to give you right now. Number one, never ever ever ride these bikes, don't do it. And number two, don't walk in the bike lane on Westminster Bridge. This is a bike lane right here. The bikes go so fast you will get hit. Don't walk in the bike lane. And if you want to take your pictures without all of these people, you have to come at like 6 a.m. There's going to be no one here. There's a better look at the London Eye. My advice about the London Eye is don't do it. I think it's the number one overrated thing to do in London. Very, very expensive, and it's alright. Not worth it in my opinion. Alright, I'm going to show you the best photo spot for Big Ben and the Houses of Parliament. So you want to cross Westminster Bridge, so Big Ben is behind you. Just cross the bridge. Okay, once you get to the end of the bridge, if you're on the left side of the street, go down the steps and go under the bridge. If you're on the right side, just go down these steps here. Go down the steps, and the best photo spot to get Big Ben and the Houses of Parliament is right here. Look at that, beautiful. By the way, it's not a secret, there are so many people taking the picture across the water. Definitely do that. This is what it looks like when you walk under Westminster Bridge. There it is. I would never tell anybody not to do anything, by the way, so if you want to do it, definitely go for it. It takes around 30 minutes to go all the way around. You do go pretty high. I think the carousel is a great place to end today's video. I'm going to teach you something before though. Do you know what we call a carousel in the UK? We call this a merry-go-round. Did you know that? Let me know if you knew that. But I finally remembered to track my steps because so many people ask me, Ben, you walk so much, how many steps do you do? I just checked my Apple Watch. Today, I have done 28,000 steps and I've walked over 13 miles. So there you go. That is a full day in London. I really, really hope that you enjoyed this video. I try and show you some interesting things that everybody knows about. I try and show you some hidden gems that nobody's heard of before. So I really hope that you enjoyed it. Hit subscribe if you want to see more of London with me. Please write me a comment. I read every single one. I reply to every single one. And I'm so passionate about London. It is the greatest city in the world. It's my city and I love filming in London. A few more videos coming up from London, so I hope that you're looking forward to those. Thanks for watching. Have a great day and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.